On day one of the show, 4-day show, and we're on Tuesday, the first day. So you can still join us at the show over the next 3 days if you've not been lucky enough to make it here today. And we are about to get underway with the Valais Blacknose this morning. So we have our judge, Raymond Irvin from Ballinadaloch, Yorkshire, which is actually in the Cairngorms in Scotland. And for anybody watching further afield.
So we are up and running for the afternoon session.
Our first class today is class 793, Ram, Shearling or Over.
Some of the judges, if you possibly can, but we'll also then.
So this is our senior Ram class. We have 9 entries, and we'll see how many we have forward today.
Plenty of water, keep yourself hydrated, and we'll look forward to getting these classes well and truly running. Our thanks to Asda.
So, in case you can hear that over the top of the tannoy there, that's them telling everybody to keep hydrated because it's currently scorching hot weather here today. Great news for everybody that's taking this time off to come on holiday to the Yorkshire show. And let's see how this progresses with Raymond underway.
Fiona. I'll get you a chair.
It's a 7 forward in this class, I think. 7. I should really, as a commentator, think before I speak because you guys can probably count the sheep better than I can at home. So as I said, Raymond farms up in the Cairngorms, and he took on Valais Blacknose a number of years ago now with his partner, and it was something for them to do together. So although they've got a working farm with Shirley cattle, they decided that they looked like they would be good fun as a project, as something to do together and get involved in. So Raymond imported. Sammy was the first importer in Scotland, second in the UK, and he's been involved in the breed ever since. He got 50 breeding females, and they are still a project between him and his partner Jenny.
Vacate that at 2:30 for another class. So if you are watching the Valais, remember that we do need.
For some of you will have noticed that Raymond has completed a couple of seasons of This Farm in Life, and there's a famous lamb called Elfie, and if you ever came to the Highland show about that time, you got a selfie with Elfie. So it was really good promotion for the sheep. So closest to your left hand side today, we have 2476. 2476 is from Mrs. R. Tate. Next in the lineup, 2479 from Mr. S. Taylor. Then we have 2477 also from Mrs. R. Tate. Then 2478 from Mrs. S. Taylor. Along to the far end, we have 2472, third from the right, and that is Miss R. Collinson. Not quite able to get you the number of the second to left at the moment, but the one right on your very second to right, the one right on your very far right, we've got 2475, and that is Mrs. R. Stanforth. So there you go, Bossman Bob taking over the camera for me. We've got a good team effort at Robert Smith live stream today. Got Helen in the ring doing results today, and we've got Bossman Bob on the cameras. And I'm Kirsty, and I'll be commentating for you this afternoon. We've also got Fiona running around behind the scenes with water and coffee and anything that we need while we are live today. So I do believe our second right is missing a number. As soon as we find out, we'll let you know. So the Valais Blacknose, having been in the UK since 2014, still the newest imported breed, to my knowledge, although we're adding breeds all the time in the UK. The UK has one of the greatest number of breeds of sheep in Europe. Oh. He beelined for the pen when he was let off there. Raymond will let them off at the moment to look at locomotion, how they move, how they stand naturally, their general movement. So since they've been imported in 2014, they've grown in popularity. They are an ornamental breed, but aren't they gorgeous? I like to think of them as the proper showman's sheep. Great fun and a great way to get involved in agricultural shows and showing.
She wouldn't let me in the gate design.
So we have the first set of results in, and that's Jacob. And we very nicely welcome Scott Dalrymple down from Macedonian. Very well known face in Jacob's circles, both here and north of the border. And in his first class, he found the winner from Mr. A. Barker, second, Mr. G. Wood, and third, Mr. S. Dodsworth.
2471 is 2479 trying to get back into the lineup there from Mr. S. Taylor.
So next results in are from Ring 3, the Castleville Warwick. Nicely welcome Mr. Don from Aldershot, Hampshire, who's come today to adjudicate the Castleville Warwick. First class in is a Shirling Ram. That's a win there for Mr. Mark Ballard. Second, Mr. Steve Pearson, and third again, Mark Ballard. So they move on now to their Ram class.
2476 here, just handler just having our strength test because he is some size of a sheep. He's a big boy. So you'll note with the male of the Valais Blacknose, they have white tails. The female should have a black spot on there. No black spot for our males. Horns can be quite helpful in driving them. Sometimes a bit of extra force needed. So 2472 currently from Miss R. Collinson is in the top spot, and she's now got a nervous wait to see if she stays there. She says she feels like she's going to pass out. I'm not sure from nerves or heat, one or t'other. Okay, 2477, currently in the second place spot from Mrs. R. Tate. So our judge can pull up into a lineup. It doesn't necessarily mean they have to stay first, second, third, etc. It's not final until the rosettes are handed out. But you would, if you're going to be in a spot, you'd rather be in the first one. And Raymond has his lineup for this first class. If you have just joined us, we're on the Ram Shearlinger Rovers, our aged Rams. So these are your big boys. So we've drawn quite a large crowd around the ring today. You might be able to hear a little bit of noise in the background. But yeah, we've got it's a real spectacle here and something that everybody's come to have a look at. The ring to our left-hand side is empty, so everybody's filled up there to get the extra fence space to see the spectacle of the show. No, and we've got a swap, so that is 2478 from Mr. S. Taylor, coming into the second place position at the moment. 2477 from Mr. R. Taton, third.
So the Herbrick classes, Stuart Hardesty from Yorkshire Cumbria is here today to preside over these classes.
The breed characteristic is for the Valais Blacknose to have black hair covering the knees and the nose, right up into the horn root, as well as the toes. We have another swap at the bottom of the line. And that's him, made his decision. So, in first place for this class, things are the way they stand. We have 2472. So, Mrs. R. Collinson is in first place. 2478 second with Mr. S. Taylor. 2477 in third. 2477 is Mrs. R. Tate. Just overhearing Raymond there, he said that was not an easy class. There was a lot of good quality in that class, and they found it difficult to place them.
We have a result in the Ramland class. That's a win of Mrs. J. Smith, second to a big win. Welcome our judge, Mr. M. Matey from Melton Festival, Norfolk, who is overseeing the classes today for us.
So, can we ask Raymond just to run us quickly through his choice?
Yep. The first up there, I think. Yeah. So the first one, I think he stood out to me out of all the tups in there. He had the correct length of wool, the length of wool on the legs. Very correct overall, and a good carcass on him as well. The second one, not as fit as the rest. But I think if he had the condition on him and the proper age of wool on him, he would have been up there challenging the top one. But,
sorry, I was just checking my microphone is actually live. It'd be good to hear.
Very much. Thank you.
It'd be a bit of a painful afternoon if I talked to you for 2 hours and you couldn't hear me. Well, maybe painful for me, not so much for you. There is a mute button. Please don't use it. Be good. Honestly, I'll bring you the spirit of the show. Okay, so after that really high quality first class, we are moving on to 794, and 794 is Ram Lamb born in the current year. So that's this year's Ram Lambs. We've got a little stock swimming learning today, showing our sheep. So that's one of the key points of the Valais Blacknose breed. A lot of farming children that grow up on farms, their parents let them choose their own flock, their own breed. That's something of theirs that they can work with and get to know how to handle stock and work them and show them. And the Valais Blacknose is a very popular breed for this for training of young stocks people. They're inquisitive, they're interesting, they're friendly, and you've at least got something to hold on to with the horns. As long as the horns don't go near your legs, because they will give you a bruise, but they're docile enough, you don't need to worry so much. And case in point, docile enough, you don't need to worry.
So ring 3 comes up more. It's the Ram Lamb class. The first and third there from Mr. Dean Pearson with Mark Ballard's Ram Lamb dividing those two sheep.
So let's see what Raymond makes of this class then. We are supposed to have 11 entries. We have 7 forwards so far, which is a really good number. The gate is still open. Oh, we have more. Another 2 on the approach. 3. Got a wheelbarrow situation. Oh, wow, this is amazing. Well done to the exhibitors for this. We have all 11 entries forward for this class, which is just fabulous. You find with the big shows that when you have to put the entries in as early, you can put entries in and then not be sure if your sheep is going to be ready for the show. You might decide that it's not growing the way you would like it, or it's not ready, or it's not in the right condition, or well, it's a sheep, so something might have happened to it between the entries and getting here. And so it's very rare you would get all of the entries forward in the class, which is just phenomenal because all of our entries are here today. So it's a testament to the work and effort that our handlers have put in to getting their show teams ready for the season. So this breed of originating in the Swiss Alps, and it was for a long time the only place you could find them. However, you will now find them as far as New Zealand and America. From the UK alone, we've had embryo exports out to New Zealand and to America, I believe. You can find them further afield, but a very popular breed nonetheless. Interestingly, because of their hardy nature on high altitude ground, you know, in the Swiss Alps, because that's what they were built for originally, their coat is too coarse to be able to knit or make clothes with. However, it is widely used for felting. So Raymond just checking here for wool coverage. They have to have an even coverage across the entirety of the sheep. In these male classes, he will be looking at the testicles to check that there are 2. He will also check teeth. So as an absolute basic must have a leg at each corner, teeth that are right, as in they can't be under or overshot, good wool coverage, and functioning testicles as far as Raymond can see. On top of that, you can then have a look at top line and coverage, conformation of the animal. Their horns should be in a spiral fashion. The markings should be clear and definite. Okay, so for anybody that's a little bit confused, we've actually got a shadow judge in the ring today. So our shadow judge is learning about the breed and how to show them. Usually if you're new to the breed and need to learn a little bit about what you're looking for on the traits, you'll find an experienced judge like Raymond and follow his procedure and what he's doing to learn the key points of judging. So these shadowings usually set up by the societies to be able to promote the breed and be able to train up more competent judges.
So we have a big crowd gathered around ring 2 for the Valais Blacknose. Our Irvin, the Nourisher down here, delighted to see him, vast experience of the breed. And he's cast over the first class with the ram.
So it's reading a nice 20 degrees here today. I would argue that my phone temperature might be a little bit inaccurate because it is beating down. Not ideal showing weather for our entrance today. Our exhibitors will be wearing boots, jeans, shirts underneath their white coats. They'll be feeling the heat. So if you are dialing in today as a Valais Blacknose potential owner and would like to get involved in the Valais Blacknose, you're welcome to call up the society, find out more information, find a sale. The society will be able to inform you on what sales are coming up. Sales aren't frequent at this time of the year. Look into the autumn, late summer to autumn. There'll be some sales coming up. Find one near you. They do take place all over the country. If you're a first-time sheep owner, I can wholeheartedly endorse the Valais Blacknose because they're very easy to work with. A lot of the farmers that I speak to, experienced stocksmen that I speak to, they have Valais Blacknose because they're the thing that makes them smile when they come out to work in the morning. So they live side along some commercial sheep, but they're the things that make them happy. So I do believe Raymond may be going for a short lead here. This is where he moves the half of the class that he wants to judge in more detail forward, and dismisses some candidates that might not make the final selection. Common practice amongst experienced judges. It allows them to focus more on the sheep that they want to inspect further, and it's good for it means that the sheep that aren't going to place in the top 6 don't need to stand out in this heat. They can get back to the pen for a big drink of water and a bite of hay. So we have 7 forward in the short lead. And we're going to release 2 at a time.
We have the result of the Shirley class A2 forward. There is a win for Mr. S. Goldie with Mr. Dave Skinner coming in second place.
So particularly in sheep that are built for the hill, you want them to be sound, because the terrain that they're originally sound on their feet. Sorry, the terrain that they'd be originally made for, or bred for, would be quite solid underfoot. If you have a sheep that hasn't got a leg at each corner and isn't sound on its feet with good locomotion, then it may break down on the hill, which is not good for the sheep or the owner of the sheep. So that's why it's a basic in judging.
In the Council of Four, the result in now for the senior youth winner Mr. B. Pearson, with both positions second and third being filled by Mr. Thomas.
Of course, as a reminder, all of these ram lambs would have been born after the 1st of January this year. They're shortly just leaving the ring now.
So, battle-phase textile classes continue.
So though Raymond will be looking for the basics that he would look for in any sheep or cow. He'll also be looking for the X factor, the extra pizzazz, the thing that makes it a show sheep.
Females, 3 classes, and we'll wait for the results for those to come through.
And as somebody with as much experience with the Valais Blacknose, Raymond will know the breed characteristics inside and out by now. Our exhibitors will sneak nothing past them today. Okay, so we're getting our lineup set up now. The first into the top spot is 2870. Oh, 2869. 2869 is Mrs. R. Tate. Emily Newton. Right, okay. It's been swapped from the catalogue. So Emily Newton. Okay, currently in second spot we have Miss C. Verity. And then 2481, Mrs. K. Collin. Followed by 2490, Mr. S. Taylor. Of course, it could all change, but nice to be in the top spot when you're there. It's a good starting point. So for all you budding stocksmen and women out there who are maybe just getting into showing, one of the key points is you should always have your eye on the judge. Always keep an eye on the judge all the time. You should be watching what he's doing. Have a
So for the round round results in with this whole
have a quick glance back every so often to see your sheep stood right.
With BT Stanley taking second and third.
A point nicely demonstrated by our number one spot at the moment. Keeping one eye on the judge and one eye on our sheep. So historically the Yorkshire was a 3-day show. We're now up to 4 days, Tuesday to Friday. 3 major shows in the UK still. 4 if you count and Ireland, because we've got Bermodal at the start of the season as well. So Bermodal's in May, followed by the Highland show, which was about 2 weeks ago in June. Then we have the Yorkshire 2 weeks after, and that's for the next 4 days. And then the Royal Welsh finishes off the major show season at the end of the month. All fabulous shows. And congratulations to our first place there. And bless her, she's not been in the catalogue. This is Emily Newton takes the first spot. And we've got some excitement round the round.
The winner was found from the flock from G-Wood. The second
So I do believe Emily Newton takes the first place in that class. I believe the second was Mrs. C. Verity, although we were missing a number, so fingers crossed I've got that right. Number 3, Mrs. K. Collin with 2481. Number 4 or 4th was 2490, Mr. S. Taylor. And 5th was Mrs. R. Tate. And then 6th, Miss R. Collinson, 2482. So we've got a bit of a draft down here. I'm trying to keep the wind away from you, but we'll see what we can do. And all the time I've been doing live streaming, I can honestly say it doesn't matter how many marquees you put up, the field is still a field. As great as the events always are. And man, are we blessed with the weather today. I'm not going to complain about a slight breeze. So if you feel like a trip to the Great Yorkshire, it's a great show. It has brilliant kids sections and areas for agricultural education. It also has quite large sheep and cattle sections. So there's plenty to see on the agriculture front. There is a shearing competition and a countryside area that teaches fishing and everything about gun dogs and forestry and country management. One of the key highlights of the Great Yorkshire is actually the food hall. It is phenomenal. As one of the other commentators said this morning, not for if you're on a diet. It has to be cheat day. They sell some amazing stuff up in that food hall. There is incredible shopping at the show and a massive equine section as well. You can sit in the main ring and watch horses all day long. So you can quite easily spend a few days at the show, but if you manage to get across for one, then you'll be happy as Larry. So if you're not coming this year, but you fancy a trip, investigate it next year because it is really worth a visit. And that goes with all the major shows in the UK. Definitely worth the visit. To get in here, so we are in the vicinity of Harrogate, just outside of the town here. Harrogate's quite well connected. It has a train station in the middle of it, and it's not far off of the M1. And there is a free shuttle bus that runs from the centre of Harrogate out to the showground, so you can get the shuttle bus back and forward into the town. We're running out of ring space here, but we are on to class 795. You shearling are over, and we have 15 entries into this class.
So
13 forward so far. The gate's not yet shut.
7, they continue on. And
I'll tell you, if we go into this class with 13 entries, you can't complain at that. It'll be amazing.
Second, T. Smith. Third, D.
Oh. Raymond might have his work cut out in this class. This is a lot of sorting out of some high quality sheep here. Right, I'm going to take a risk as a commentator and see if we can get one of our youngest handlers to talk to you today.
In the Ford Leicester ring, we've just completed the
tell me and a few other people what your name is today? Eden. Edie. And what's your sheep called, Edie? Lexi. And is she your favourite? She's your favourite sheep. And what do you like about Valais Blacknose? They're fluff. Yes, well, that's a good answer. Well, I think you're doing a great job today, Edie, and you're going to have to hold on tight and help your mum show the sheep. Sorry, mum? Yes, yeah. Okay, give me a high five and keep going. Good job. Okay, so there you heard it from Edie today, showing her sheep Lexi. Poor Edie was holding on tight, and Lexi just was going for the hills. But no harm done. Her mum got her sorted, and she's back at it. It's like getting back on the horse technique.
Valais Blacknose here. Under the hill of attention for the was first Emily Newton, second Steve Verity, and third Mrs. Kay Collins. Just mentioned that this is being live streamed around the world. The Valais classes here in Great Yorkshire. It's the first time we've had live streaming of these classes. So if you're around the world listening to commentary, welcome to the Great Yorkshire Show, and hope you're enjoying the super classes of Valais Blacknose sheep here today.
So that was our main commentator, just giving you a shout out because it's the first time we've live streamed the Valais Blacknose here at the Great Yorkshire. I did have the fun of commentating on the Valais Blacknose at the Royal Highland a couple of weeks ago. It was just as warm there as it is today, and you know, I've packed raincoats and welly boots and everything for both events, and I never thought to put in sunscreen, so I've got sunburnt twice in a month. But hey ho, that's showing, isn't it? It's all good fun. So I'm actually going to read to you today all of the entrants, the exhibitors that are here in this class, and I hope that by the time I read most of these exhibitors, that it'll cover most people because most of the exhibitors have an entry in this class. So we've got Mrs. K. Collin, Miss R. Collinson, Miss C. Evans, Miss N. Lee, Mrs. R. Stanforth, Mrs. R. Tate, Mr. S. Taylor, Mrs. C. Tweedle, and Mrs. C. Verity. So I think Emily Newton has been missed out of the catalogue altogether for some reason, but assured they've all got that sorted out. A lot of volunteers take time out of their day jobs and come and assist at the shows. When the stewards are greatly appreciated here and at all of the shows. But even right down to your local show, support your local shows because they will all have an absolute sea of volunteers behind the scenes trying to put it together for everybody. So these people do give up a lot of their own free time to be able to create the agricultural shows that are so much fun for us all. So if you can, support your local shows and the bigger shows. You know, it makes it all worthwhile for everybody at the end of the day. It's great to see such a crowd around here today.
Second, this is Jay Sett, third, so one more individual class, the July class, and then the Bereshons will move on to their pairs class.
If you're out there watching and you don't have space for Valais Blacknose, hard to believe because they're just fabulous and would probably live in a large garden. But if you are out there and you're just a fan, go and follow the Facebook page and keep up with everything that's going on in the breed. There'll be some cute pictures up every so often. But they'll also post on there when there's a big show coming up that might be of interest and keep you in the loop of everything that's going on.
So the last of the individual classes, the Cheltenham Boy, is the Newland class, and that's been taken in both first and second position by Mr. D. Pearson and third Mr. M. Ballard. In the ring now, in ring 3, they have their pairs competition.
So native to the upper Valais region, the Blacknose graze in the Alps through the summer months. This is in Switzerland, June to September. So this is where they originated from. And then through the winter, they were housed traditionally housed, although there will be some exceptions. But they have to be pretty hardy even to endure the mountains in the summer months.
Perfect.
75. Boss man Bob just checking we've got enough battery power. We're suited and booted. Top tech man. So you're shearling or over, so that's a Gimmer shearling. So that if they're a Gimmer shearling, it means that they haven't yet had a lamb, but a ewe has had a lamb. So this is actually encompassing both. One of the reasons for this in the Valais Blacknose is because they are typically bred after 12 months of age, which is later than standard for sheep. And they'll be lambing at 18 to 24 months usually. Generally breeding naturally once a year afterwards. but just take a little bit longer to mature than some other breeds.
In ring 5, we have the Herbig. Have 2 sets of results in now for them for the female classes. So
Okay, so as they're released, the one thing you might want to take note of is that the back end of the sheep on a female has the black spot that I noted earlier was missing on the rams. So when Raymond starts to release the ewes, you should be able to see the black tail spot.
They then move on to their ham lamb class, so their ewe lamb class, sorry. In ring 3,
You will notice that some of the sheep have black streaks through the horns. That's completely acceptable as part of the breed characteristics. Not a problem there.
In our very strong Jacob section, we have a result now for the senior youth, and that's a win for Mrs. H. Hickson, with Mr. G. Fell taking the second position, and third is Mrs. R. Knowles. They now move on to a very big Sterling ewe class. You see them, they've set them loose up in the end ring, ring 6. So that's Jacob now with their Sterling ewe class currently running.
Right, so Raymond has completed his short lead. He has a lineup to work with.
In ring 4, we mentioned earlier the historical importance of the Leicester Longwolves. Lovely features of great heritage and history in this show. And even before the show was such a Harrogate travelling, there would have been Leicester classes in every Yorkshire show. And we have the results now for the Sterling ewe clip, I think in the ring, that's the in wool. In the clip class, it was first Miss H. Grant, second Mr. M. House, and third Mr. G. Lazenby. You see now currently in the ring, they have their 2 entries, Carol Mutherland, the judge, in the full wool.
So in that shortly, we've just got down by a third. 10 left. And you get a good view there of the black spot on the tails, which was present on the ewes. So that was quite nice of Raymond to give us a bit of a flash there. He's just giving himself a bit more space as well, which is nice. They were getting all up close and personal for a minute there. So our judge today, Raymond Irvin, if you've just joined in, he is actually a chairman of the Valais Blacknose Society at present. That's all right. Getting all up close and personal. They were very interested in our camera and my knees. Oh, yeah. Oh. Sorry, that was me just getting bitten by a horsefly. My 10th bite in a week and a half. They obviously think I'm nommy. I'm not getting any more used to them, but there is an abundance this year.
From the fourth ring, we have results there during new class, and good 1-2 for Jay Hippleton, taken by the position, and third position taken by Nettie Snowdale. So they now move on to their youth round class.
Oh, I do believe that was going to sting later. Sorry about that. I didn't see that coming. Okay, we're just letting 2 off at a time. Edie's bracing herself. She's learned her lesson with Lexi. Mum's going to help her catch up. Most of them are being very smart today, that as soon as they've been let off, they head off to the gate that they came in. Oh, we've got women down. Women down.
Towards the end of the 4 days of the Great Yorkshire Show.
Kirsty. So I'm just sat here now with Kirsty's mum, Fiona Fletcher, used to be Fiona Sloan, and she is absolutely encapsulated by these wonderful sheep. She's sat here all afternoon. What do you think of them?
I think they're absolutely fabulous. It's really nice to see a sheep that's encouraging a load of people just of a similar mind to get together and have fun. There doesn't seem to be any politics. I'm sure there are, having been involved with several breed societies in the past. But these people are just having a really good time with some really lovely sheep. I'm not sure I would keep one. I don't know if I could keep that clean in the west of Scotland, but Raymond seems to do okay in the Cairngorms with them, so that was fine. But yeah, really interesting, very, very different from what I'm used to.
And Fiona's put that in a nutshell. Fun sheep and people having a fun time. And they really are fun sheep. They're just tremendous. If you're having a bad day, take a look at some of these and they really cheer you up.
They would when they're and if you watch them when they stick their little pink tongues out of that black nose, it's like you can finally see where the pointy end is, and they're just the most beautiful. Well, we say in Highland cattle a docent, which is the fringe on the front, and they're just adorable sheep. And clearly, you see people giving them a hug and kissing them, and I think that's absolutely brilliant because I was like that with all of my sheep as well. And it's just if it gets a load of people out and you see the wee girl here, get some of the kids involved. There's nothing nicer than seeing young people in a breed, and this is going to be a breed for a lot of young people coming along. It's lovely to see them.
Thanks, Fiona. And hit the nail on the head. It's fun breed and fun to be with, and they just give you a good feeling when you're having a look at them. Back to Kirsty.
Oh, and I'm back. We've got a good team effort here at Robert Smith live stream. I think there's half a dozen or more of us actually all working today, but although we were busy spread thin across classes today, we're back at it. Alright, so our winner from this class, 2498. 2498 is Mrs. R. Stanford. Celebrations round the ring. And 2497 is second, also for Mrs. R. Stanford.
Delighted these are being live streamed around the world.
Our mystery man is third. I've not seen his number all day. Okay, number 42505. And I imagine that third would be 2506. And apparently, 1 and 2.
Stay there. Can't get me bloody lens.
So our sheep from first and second here are twins, funnily enough. And we're just going to try and get a photo of them if we can get Okay, so bear with me, I'm going to squeeze past the gap. So it's a good day. It's a good day for the Stanforths. Sorry, Staniforth. There's an eye in there, but yep. So first and second with their twin sheep.
It's a fun class.
Yeah, that was what was there? I think there was 13, 14 sheep there, and I had to pull 9. They say there's 9 rosettes, so quite difficult to actually separate them, and it was hard to take out a bad one. But my first 2, I thought stood out. They were an easy first and second,
he's not
but I
getting
wasn't sure
off
as
any
you seen
easier
a
with the
swap
next
them
class
at the end,
anyway.
because they are very similar.
He's gone from
one's
having
got a bigger
50 entries in the last
than
one
the
to
other in both
17 in
legs,
this class.
and happened to be
And
once
this
I
is
placed them
you,
in, found
Lamb,
out
born
they're
in the
actually
current.
twins. So I'm delighted with the way
They were twins. First and second were
First
twins.
and second were twins, and 2 crafters of sheep. Great examples of this Swiss breed.
You looked as though you really enjoyed that class.
I did enjoy it. There was such a mixture of different sheep there. You know, the wool was different ones, but all good sheep. Don't get me wrong, and great examples of the breed.
We'll see you back when you do the championships.
Yep,
Lambs next, and then we'll come back to you when you do the championships. Thank you very much.
Bailey and third to Jay Ram.
I'm being helped by Fiona today, and she's just run away because she thought that I might catch her like Robert did a minute ago. Commentators are almost like comedians. Don't sit too close. Unless you want to be in the public eye. Okay, so you'll notice there's a bit handover time here. We're starting to get forward now, but bear in mind if there's been 15 entries in the previous and most of the exhibitors have been out, probably all the exhibitors need to get their sheep back in, get the next one out, and get going again. And it gets quite a rush and quite stressful at that point. As you know, there was one day I was showing sheep and I headed off to the ewe lamb class, and we had a helper in the pens, and he'd swapped them all around when I was in the previous class, ready for me to come in and take the first one that was on the line. The problem was when I left, the last one was ready in the line, and in my panic and stress to get to the next class, I lifted the top lamb and not the ewe lamb, wheelbarrowing it all the way to the ewe lamb class before the judge pointed out that my ewe lamb was not in fact a ewe lamb. So, the stress of show days, everybody. It's a tight turnaround and you have to be fast on your feet. And preferably check the underside of your lamb before you get to the ring. Now, ewe lambs, this is where things get really good fun. This is where the chaos begins. So these are just young sheep. These have all been born since the 1st of January this year. There is an adorable collection in this class, but they're full of fun as well. So cast your bets. How many are going to lie down and decide that it's comfier to lie than to stand in this class? Not a rarity. Not a rarity at all. They just get so relaxed, they just want to chill. Now, I'm not saying it's anything to do with the fact that they're ewe lambs, but you will find they're the noisiest class. It's not to say that the ram lambs are not, but the ewe lambs have got special lungs. So, with a combination of the lungs in our class in the Valais Blacknose and the commercial sheep next door, which are bleeding, there is some noise.
The winners of the first lap, 22 ewes on the rear lambs in current year. The winner was Mr. J. Franklin, second Mr. J. Warren, and third Mr. J. Fenton. The next class is penalty Sterling ewes, winner of T. Commode, second Mr. M. Preston, and third Mr. J. Franklin.
So, fun fact for all you new starters out there: in certain breeds with beef and sheep, you tend to stick to a letter of the alphabet for every year. So, when your lambs are born in that year or your calves are born in that year, you stick to an alphabet letter. Great fun. Really, it's like the alphabet game on overdrive. So, the registration letter for this year for the Valais Blacknose is M, which means that all of the lambs in this class will have an official name, and that official name will start with M. Now, some of those they might have kind of like in the same way horses have nicknames. They might have nicknames at home. But that also tells you why Edie's lamb in the previous class was called Lexi, because it would have been last year's lamb. So therefore, starting with an L.
Valais Blacknose, our result there for the shearing ewe class, 15 entries on the book, and it's a win.
Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get a quick chat down here with one of our younger ones. So, hi there, I'm open. Can you tell me and some people online, what's your name? Sorry? Wilma. Okay, and what's your sheep called, Wilma?
Well, this one isn't actually yours, is it?
Are you coming to take a go? So what's your friend's sheep called today? No, we don't know.
What's your favourite sheep that you've got at home? You've got the breed, haven't you?
So Wilma has a sheep at home.
What's your favourite?
And she's got a favourite called Hope. Hope. That's good. And what age are you, Wilma? You're 8, and you're giving it a go today. Okay, so the one thing, Raymond's about to come to the sheep next, and so what I want you to do is watch Raymond. That's the key to showing sheep, is always keep your eye on the judge. So you keep your eye on the judge, yeah? Can you do that? Okay. Right, give me a 5-5, Wilma. Keep going, you're doing good.
With the ewe lamb, and it was a win for second.
Okay, so hopefully you got that. That was Wilma. There's also 8, one of the young handlers out here today. And she was showing her French sheep, but she has Valais Blacknose at home.
Having a good day. Good. Are you enjoying? Are you enjoying the Yorkshire show? Good. So, what is it you like about the Yorkshire show? Oh, really? Good. So you're having a lovely time. Good. Yeah. There's a Valais ewe lamb having a lovely time at the Yorkshire show.
Well, there's a first. I don't think I've ever seen Bob interview a ewe lamb before. There we go. Something new for you today.
We have to advance of the individual classes before the Masters. The New Lamb class, the win at the 10th. Second, Jay Kane, very hard. Third, that takes the board left.
Okay, and the short leap begins. Let's see what Raymond's thinking. Well, actually, I don't think anybody's ever going to know what Raymond's thinking, but we'll see what he's thinking in the judging ring anyway. So Raymond has been a great advertiser of the breed and a promoter of the breed right from when he brought them in. Being one of the founding society members, and he then took Valais Blacknose to the Highland Show for the first few years they were in the country to get their popularity out and noticed. And it was the busiest stand in the whole of the sheep section of the Highland Show when he was running that, with the interest in these fluffy sheep. And again, that's where you could get the selfie with Elfie. That was the sheep from This Farm in Life. Raymond, of course, knowing a lot about stock with his experience in Charolais cattle. This was a side project for him to get started with his lovely partner. He said it was a way to keep her in the caring gorms. So there wasn't much to do up there, so give her some sheep. I don't know how you could not look at these sheep and be happy about it though, so I think it was a good idea. Raymond's other half, Jenny, also very well, obviously very involved in the breed and sits on council in their own right. Very experienced. And helped develop their flock onwards over the last 10 years. Okay, so here's our short lead. Again on the turnaround, you'll notice the black spot on the tails. Okay, so we have 12 in the short lead forward. So again, about a third knocked out in the short lead round. He's still giving himself some work to do.
But it was the ram that went on to be our breed champion. So you'll see that ram out to the interbreed of Wednesday, Thursday, and which then will be a bit low.
Okay, so first one into the top spot is 2511 at the moment. 2511 is from Mr. J. Deakins, one of our exhibitors that wasn't actually entered into the previous class. Everyone else in this class did have entries into the previous class.
Won the first class of the afternoon. Female champion, the senior youth that came to when the two came together, it was the ram that won the breed championship. So the ram from Mark Valais goes forward to the
So in second at the moment we have 2519. 2519 is Mr. S. Taylor. And then in third place at the moment we have 2512. 2512 is for Mr. J. Deakins, doing well in this class. And we have 2521 in fourth place at the moment. And that's from Mrs. C. Tweedle. At the moment, I don't have a number for number 5, but we will get there. Oh, it's what's it, sorry? John Taylor. Scott Taylor, right. Thank you. It is Scott Taylor in number 5. So, Mrs. Scott Taylor. Okay, we'll call it 2518. Be close enough. Scott Taylor. Scott Taylor. Taylor. Yeah, I'll do. There's some thinking being done. I don't imagine Raymond would think this would be an easy task, judging at the grade. So I don't imagine there'll be many of you out there that are watching from across the pond live because, oh gosh, that's an early one. Roughly about 4:30 for on average over there at the moment. 4:30, 5:30 I would think. 3:30, 3:30 UK time in the afternoon. So you'll be looking at 5:30 over the pond. So it's an early start for you guys if you're watching this live. If not, you've maybe caught up later on, which is great. So for clarity, in case there's any confusion for across the pond, I always do this in all of my live streams so that it's clear for all those watching further afield. Our rosette system is slightly different to the American rosette system. First place is red, second place is blue, third place is yellow, fourth place is green, fifth place is pink, and today sixth place is a burgundy colour. Fifth and sixth colours can sometimes change, but generally first to fourth you're looking at red, blue, yellow and green. It's the way it is for everything, even in school competitions and dog shows. We don't have that first place blue ticket that you do in the States. So always just worth pointing that out, avoid the confusion. Maybe should have mentioned it before the last class, mind you, but hey ho. We are having some unseasonably hot weather here in the UK at the moment. So you will notice the grass around here is brown, very dry. It has been hot. There's been a lack of rain. So between that and other farming announcements through the government, the farmers are really up against it this year. So if you see a farmer, give them a hug. They're probably going to need it. If you are a farmer out there, remember you can phone your neighbour and tell them what's really bugging you just for a rant, and they'll probably be in the same boat, make you feel better. Okay, we're just looking for some facial coverage. Check on teeth. Check on underbelly. Again, if you're really thinking about getting into showing and you've not done it before and you think, well, this looks like really good fun, because these are the showman's cheap. This is what Valais Blacknose are all about, you know, the fun of showing. So if you are interested in getting into it, there is a list of breed traits that you should be breeding for on the website that'll tell you what you're looking for in a sheep and what you're not. It'll tell you the pros and the cons. You know, if you've got a sheep with, you know, long horns that have got black bits through it, A-OK. If your female's missing a spot on her tail, not so much. So bear in mind that all of that information is on the website. If you're starting out, check it out. If you are actually starting out as well, though, go to your local show and give it a bash. The exhibitors are really, really good at helping out. If you get somebody that's not friendly and want to help you out, then it'll be a rarity. You just need to go and get to know people and try, and you'll learn every single show you go to. You'll learn a bit more about the breed, about sheep in general, and about stocksmanship. So get out there and get a know. Everybody has to start somewhere. Never feel overwhelmed or daunted by the idea of bringing your sheep out to show them. You don't need to start with a Great Yorkshire. You can start with your local show, and you might be in any other breed class with, you know, 5 other breeds of sheep you've never heard of in your life. But you have to start somewhere, and I think well, look at Raymond here. He went to when he got the Valais Blacknose over from Switzerland, he took his flock to the local show, the Black Isles show, and the Queen heard of it, the late Queen now, Queen Elizabeth II, heard that they were there and heard that they were popular, and he met the Queen, and she really liked them. So, you just never know what's going to happen. Sorry if there's a bit of wind there. Starting to blow a hoolie on this end. Which is Scottish for it's a bit drafty. So if you are further afield and you're thinking of coming to the show next year, there is the closest airport, I imagine it'll be Leeds Bradford Airport, but you can quite easily fly into Manchester if you're coming from longer haul, or even Newcastle if it's not that far. You know, get a train down or up, hire a car, whatever it is. It's a really great show to go to, and from here, because it's in the north of England, but centre to the whole of, it's kind of a central line to the whole of Britain. So if you're wanting to do a longer trip, you can go up and do Northumberland, a bit of Yorkshire, a few days in York, beautiful city. Bit of a Harry Potter theme going on in York as well for all those Potterheads out there. Just a lovely place to go and visit. Harrogate's lovely in itself if you just want to stay close for a couple of days. And if you don't fancy going up to north to Lancashire or Northumberland or the Lake District and Cumbria, then you can head a bit further south. You've got Manchester, only about an hour and a half from here, an hour and a half south. But you're on great rail links, and it's really no distance to London. It's not like when you're in Texas and you can drive for 6 hours and not have left the state. So definitely come over and visit us here in Britain if you're close or further afield. So in first place we have 2519. 2519 is Mr. S. Taylor. Second place, 2511. Mr. J. Deakins. Third place, 2521, and that is Mrs. C. Tweedle. And then we have, so this is 2518 is fourth, and that is Mr. Stephen Taylor. And then we have 2512, also from Mr. J. Dickens. So they've done well in this class. And in sixth place, we have, I can't see the number, but I'm pretty sure it is Mrs. R. Stanforth. So congratulations to that lineup. Yep. Next up, pairs. Now, pairs, class 797. So hang in with us. If you're here for the big cheese of the championship, you're going to have to wait a wee bit longer. So we've got the pairs first, and then the group of three, and then we'll go on to the championships. So we'll just check the pairs are coming in before I send you for a cup of coffee. But you should really stick around for the pairs and the groups of three, because they're a spectacle in themselves. They're really fabulous to watch.
Thank you very much.
Okay, here we go with our pairs. So pairs has to be one ram and one female. Has to be a male and a female. So interestingly, in the cattle this morning, they've done away with that rule, and you can have whatever combination you fancy, but still in the sheep, a male and a female pair. So we get 9 entries forward, and actually, they have to have been shown in the section. You can't just bring a male and a female and put them out for the first time. They have to have been in a previous class. And the winner of this class for the pairs is eligible for the pairs championship on the Friday of the show. So again, something that slightly differs show on show. Sometimes you pick a male and a female from the section after the show, the judging's done, and they can be from different exhibitors, and then put out for the pairs interbreed. But the rule at the show at the moment is that you have a male and a female from the same exhibitor, and they go out for the pairs interbreed to compete against all the other sheep from the sheep section. So all the other winning pairs from the sheep section. So they'll compete against everything from Texels, Blue Texels, Berchon, Blueface Leicesters, Mule, Suffolks. Everybody will put out a pair. You can see the Leicester Long Wool in the distance. I think we have Wensleydales here as well. Blue Domain will be in tomorrow. Good show, Blue Domain's usually here. Okay, so from our 9 entries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forward. I'm sure our team won't let us down now. The gate's still open.
have the results.
So entered into here we have Miss R. Collinson, Miss C. Evans has 2 teams entered. Mrs. R. Staniforth has 2 teams entered. Mrs. R. Tate has 2 teams entered. Mr. Stephen Taylor has 1 team entered, and Ms. C. Verity also has a team entered.
Now went on to become the breed champions.
So we've got
the Rams that are reserved.
we've got half a team on the end, waiting for the other half.
Great thanks to our judge, Will Harstein from Cumbria. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed
I
your
believe
day.
there's a sheep jam up the lines.
The various breeds that are still yet to come.
Right, here we go. So there's the other half of the top team. We've still got an odd number. We've still got an odd number in the pairs. Something's not quite right. Aha. Okay, there's another one coming into the ring now. That should even us up. And does that call it at that? 1, 2. 7 teams. 7 teams forward. Now, we've got an extra layer of complexity in a pairs competition because they have to be a good match. A male and female. So, generally speaking, you would have a more powerful male than your female. Not always. You might have a ewe and a ram lamb, but generally speaking, you have a more senior male to your female. But however you pair up, they need to be a good match and pair. Have to look like a pair. And this is really important that Raymond gets this right because it'll be competing for the interbreed. No pressure, Raymond. I'm sure he'll do a magnificent job.
We will have the male, female, and breed championships.
I don't think Raymond will be unacquainted with interbreeds himself, so he'll know what to be looking for to give the Valais Blacknose the best chances amongst the other breeds. Like I said, each individual sheep very correct, but they have to stand together as a pair. You're never going to get very far if you have in a pairs competition. If you have 2 correct sheep, but they don't look anything like each other, they don't complement each other, they're not well balanced. You have to have a well balanced pair.
Face sections are united in a pair of the top. In the pairs, it's the win, Mr. R. Bent, the second, T. Smith, and third, Master R. Pearson. Then moves to the 3, there's the win for Master R. Pearson. Second,
Okay, shortly being drawn here.
Mr. J. Harding, and third, Mr. T. Smith.
So, Stephen Taylor drawn forward. Miss R. Collinson drawn forward. Our mystery man drawn forward. Miss Severity forward. Our mystery man's got an identity. And we've got 2527 forwards. That's Mrs. R. Staniforth.
So I just gave you the group results of the most Texas, and I give you the championship. So the male champion is Exhibit 189. That was the
So I do believe he brought them all forward.
the male champion is Exhibit 196. That was the round round. So Mr. R. Bet in the females, the championships.
No obvious person to discount at this point.
R. Bet. And reserve was the used to the second to her, Exhibit 212. Championships in Valais for Cornwall. He ended up tapping out both the two previous females. So 213 is the breed champion. That's the Shirley U from our bet. And our reserve breed champion is Jay Bailey.
Right, here we go. So 2531 is the first pair. 2531 is Stephen Taylor. 2524 into second. Miss R. Collinson. Third is Miss C. Verity. Fourth is 2527, and that's Mrs. R. Staniforth. Fifth is 2528, also for Mrs. R. Staniforth.
So the ring next door to the bunch of those sexuals, we have to blur the mains and make sure the use class of the win for Jay's second game, JW Stable, and third.
Okay, now you might wonder why some of the sheep are not leaving the ring at this point, but it's because next up is our group of three. So we need an extra. And this is open to one ram and two females. So more specifically, we need an extra female. And again, they have to be entered in the section previously, and they will be eligible for group of three championship at the end on the Friday of the show. So both the pairs and the threes, Friday of the show. Right, we'll get 6 entries in this class. Mrs. R. Staniforth and Mrs. R. Tate have 2 in each. Less of an issue with the number of sheep, and more of an issue with the number of handlers. Means you have to beg, borrow, and steal all your other exhibitors' helpers, and get yourself a minimum of 6 handlers for 2 teams. Now, hopefully, I'm trying my best to shield you from wind at the moment. Like I said, breeze picked up. So, closest to your camera, you have the entry from Mrs. C. Verity. And then next closest is a group from Mrs. R. Staniforth. We're still waiting for some entries, so we've got a big boy coming in at the moment. To complete our top team. And the top team furthest away is from Mrs. R. Tate. There's a big space up here next to the camera that everybody's a bit scared to go near. Like I said, don't come too near the commentator, we might talk to you. So, I think we can say hats off to Mrs. R. Staniforth and their second team, because currently we've got 2 young stocks women out with 3 sheep between the 2 of them. And our second team also has 2 stocks women out with 3 sheep. So they've managed to get 6 sheep out with 4 handlers. Hats off to them. Let's hope one doesn't do a runner. Got some very talented young stocks people in the ring today, learning the tricks of the trade of the show and showing sheep. It's been quite impressive. We've had a wide age range of exhibitors today. Just shows how inclusive showing is. I call it a sport. I think you still need to be fit to be able to show, but it's a sport that's open to everybody from Edie's age right the way through to some of our more senior handlers today. I never asked Edie what age she was, but I would imagine she's not much younger than Wilma as well. So flying the flag for the young ones, and then we've got some more experienced young handlers in the ring as well. I didn't quite go and give them the mini interview just because they were so concentrated on the task at hand. But really it's a sport for everybody, unless you've got a bad back, in which case it's maybe no the sport for you.
Thank you so much. Right, go back. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Right.
Much appreciated. Chaos. Right, now getting
Good.
we'll try.
That's our judge, getting them all stood up and then.
Go on, keep to the right. Okay.
Okay. Right, I'll go hold if you got back feet.
I promise we won't more prepared than this. Thank you.
You all good?
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking what age your girls are?
16. 20.
16 and 20. There we go, everybody at home. 16 and 20 and holding 3 sheep on their toes. Minus a hat. Hang on.
Again. Thank you.
There we go. Showing you how it's done. They're doing good there. So that's a team out from Mrs. R. Staniforth there. Okay, and here we go. It is coming to our team from Mrs. R. Staniforth.
Thank you so much.
I think that was a well-earned first right there. They did very good.
So that's the long rule. I can give you now the championships there. So the male champion, that's the long rule.
So our second place is from Verity.
The female champion was that you in full wall.
And third place, Mrs. R. Tate. And fourth place, we've got number Mrs. Staniforth. Your other team. So right, we're all good. Your other team, hats off to them.
Oh, I know. I didn't even realise they got first.
And your entry, Tate.
Number whatever.
5, right? Yeah, there we go. Good job with your 2 teams. So that was first was 2534, Mrs. R. Staniforth. Second was Ms. C. Verity. Third was Mr. R. Tate. Fourth was also Mrs. R. Staniforth. Great day for their team. She didn't even realise the other team had managed to win that class until later on, so that was a nice surprise for her there. And fifth was Mrs. R. Tate.
Mom!
All right. You can have one. I'll get it. Okay, come on.
Mom! I'm going back! Mom! I'm going back!
Good.
So yeah, off the team.
Yeah.
You got yeah, there you go.
Come on, mate. Come on, sweet pea.
Tell you, this is the most involved with commentators. Been a while in a shooting. Right, here's the big cheese. This is what everybody's been waiting for. We are moving on to the championship. So we'll have, first up in our championship, we'll have the championship male, then the championship female, and then championship overall. So just a reminder, from our male classes, we had two male classes, our a Ram class, which was won by Miss R. Collinson, and our Ram Lamb.
Scott Taylor, not Stephen Taylor.
Oh, Scott Taylor, thank you. A Scott Taylor. And that was our first place from... No, I've missed something here. So our Ram Lamb class, we had Mrs. R. Collinson, 2472. And then in our Ram Lamb class, we had Emily Newton, 2489. 2519. Yeah, and then 2519 gave me a surprise there because I wasn't expecting the females back in the ring yet. And that's the winner of the ULAM class. So we only have two Ram Lam classes. One must be a second place. There we go, right. So Miss C Verity is in there as second place from that class, from the Ram Lam class, and then we've got Scott Taylor, not Stephen Taylor, Scott Taylor, in for the second place of the Ram to Sheeran over. Right, so that was a bit of confusion there and some curveballs. We seem to be still short of a second place. So that's apologies right the way through. I was saying Stephen Taylor, it was Scott Taylor. I'd like to think that commentators were perfect, but nah, we're just human. And if it makes anybody feel any better, I had the Highland Cattle this morning and half of their names are in Gaelic, so throw me a bone with it. They needed to throw me a lot more slack. But we did have fun. Okay, so we're just looking for the second place exhibit from the Ram class, which is also from Scott Taylor. It should be en route. Raymond is going to get going with the judging of the championship. Alright, another handler issue. Don't you hate it when you've done too well and you've got too many in the championship?
the Jacob ring, have some more results to give you. That's the result of the last
Okay, we'll be with you momentarily when somebody finds a handler for this sheep. Right, here we go.
Wood, and third, Mr. A. Barker. Our judge, Dr. Wimple, then moves on to the pairs. And he found his winning pair from Mr.
I don't know about you, Fia. It looks a little reluctant.
If I was getting dragged out by the horns in this heat, I'd be a little bit reluctant as well.
He's a nice ewe as well. A nice ewe. He's a nice ram as well. Oh, you can tell we've had a long day. It's coming to the end. And, it's 4:15. These sessions have been going since 9 this morning. And we're in sight of beer o'clock, I believe.
I can smell it from here.
I think that's because the beer tent's over there. Bob got the other mic. Okay, we've got all the sheep, we've got all the handlers, and we've got a judge, and we've got a steward. We just need a trophy. And a sash and some rosettes, and we'll be good to go. You definitely had time to get a coffee. Did I mention that? Did you go for a coffee? Okay, and the symbolic Swiss sheep bell. When they first came into this country, some of them were actually still shown with Swiss sheep bells on. Not something seen so much now. And it's gone to Emily Newton, who unfortunately didn't even get listed in the catalogue, bless her. So the day has turned around significantly for Emily. Congratulations, Emily Newton, on your championship. And the reserve goes to the ram from Miss R. Collinson. So there's some celebrations going on around the side of the ring today. Emily's got her fan club with her today in support. So this means that we've got our male champion and our male reserve champion picked out.
Yeah. Right.
And the other one.
What?
I'm going to put it on the I might chuck it on her yet. So just while we're lining up for the female championship, I'm going to have a quick chat with Emily. How do you feel now?
Yeah, fantastic thing.
Are you ready to go in for the big cheese, compete for the championship? Yeah.
To be fair, I wasn't expecting this, so
Never come expecting anything. Go away excited.
it's always a bonus. Isn't
Yeah.
it? It's always
And what's
a
his name?
Munchkin.
Munchkin. Oh, bless him. And how many did you have here today? 4. But he's definitely pulled it out of the bag.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, head and shoulders above everyone else.
Well, good luck in the championship. Enjoy.
That concludes the Board of Leicesters. Thank you to our judge, Hugh Owen, and thank you each of the two for bringing out quality results. Thank you.
So in this is the female championship we're moving on to today. So we should have Mrs. R. Staniforth won the U Shearlinger Rovers, our senior U class. So she's forward with that. She also had second in that class. We also have the U Lamb class, which was Scott Taylor, and second Mr. J. Deakins. So those are our females. Mrs. Staniforth with her hands full. She's got a team of helpers today, and they've been doing really good. It looks like Raymond might have made his mind up with the female champion. Got to be the ewe lamb. Gonna have another look behind. It is going to the Stanford team. Oh, off it goes. Oh, good. Yeah, right. We've got you. So there you go. That was a bit of excitement there, Fee, wasn't it?
Yes. That's the fastest I've moved all day.
So it just shows the spirit of showing that we have here at the Valais Blacknose ring. A whole team of all ages. And there you go, and they get reserve female as well. So celebrations for that team tonight. Taking champion, female and reserve.
Yeah. Watch it. Hang on. Right.
Okay, so just before the championship, I am gonna just tie Raymond down. Raymond, how did you feel it went today with the judging before you choose your champion?
It was really difficult. The standard was second to none. Like there was big classes, there were good sheep, the quality was all there. I've got to say as well, the members are really picking up a lot of good tips, and they're presenting their sheep really well. So I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing in front of me. It's the first time I've been to the Yorkshire, and I'm loving it actually. It's a tremendous show and a tremendous show of sheep.
Brilliant, and you're looking forward to picking out your champion now.
Yeah.
So they are just getting lined up at the moment, and Raymond will be heading off to pick his champion just shortly. So all I can do is wish you good luck.
Okay, thank you. That's a record, isn't it?
Live.
So although the championship's been handed out to the Valais, I do have the results out of the last 3 classes. That is the new line class. That was a win there for Taylor. Second, Jay Deakin. Third, the Beadle. In the pairs, is the win. Taylor.
Okay, we are just going to speak to Mel today. Mel has been joining us as a shadow judge and learning about how Raymond does his judging process, what to be looking for in the breed. So you're already quite an experienced breeder, aren't you, Mel? But you want to take it up to the next notch and do a bit of training with the society. So how did you find it today?
So it was tough today. There was a lot of good representations of the breed, and I think Raymond found it really tough.
Any of them disappear?
That's me. That's us getting told not to let anybody disappear.
So now he's just got to choose his
championship.
overall
But you
champion.
enjoyed the experience
Yeah,
today.
it's great. It's a lovely showground. Weather's been on our side, hasn't it?
And you've had a lot of hard.
We've
had a lot of hard decisions and high quality. And there it goes. It goes to the Stanamore family. Well, celebrations for them today. They've done fabulous today. They've had a great team out. They were a wee bit slow starting with our males this morning, and then they got this afternoon, and then they got rocketing with their females, and there you have it. So that is your champion from Miss R. Stanaforth. It was the first prize you. What a brilliant experience. So off into reserve championship, and this is the last prize to be presented of the day. And there you go, it goes to also to Mrs. R. Stanford, and that was the reserve female champion, and it was also the second prize in the U class. So from one U class today, we've got our champion and our reserve champion. But also congratulations to our male and reserve male champions as well. They've done a wonderful job today. So that's all from us for day one of the Yorkshire show. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us here. Our other commentators forgetting she's still got her mic on and is celebrating the prospect of beer in the distance. So we are going to leave you be today with that, and we will see you again tomorrow. We have Shadleys at 9:30 and Limousines. So if you join back into Robert Smith live streaming, you'll get some of us there. Anyway, so have a lovely evening all.
So, yeah, so I think the highlight